Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from, my name is MD90. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss the uploads that come up. And the easiest way for you to navigate the channel is to head to the playlist. You'll find videos curated for you based on your interest. So if you're interested in the Kutika podcast, you'll find a playlist for that. For news and trends, there's a playlist for that. Exclusive with MD90, a bunch of playlists that are created based on your interest. So the easiest way to navigate the channel is head straight to the playlist and you'll find what you're here for. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Right next to the subscribe button is a join button. You click on the join button so that you can become a member of the channel. You support the team on the production and a number of things that we're doing here, and we appreciate that. Well, the 2026 general elections seem to be already in kick in terms of campaigns and strategy. And the next move that has popped up is the one that has been made by the former head of state, that is Edgar Chagwa Lungu and the Patriotic Front. So as of the last couple of hours, less than 24 hours ago, he was unveiled as the candidate for a new alliance that was formed recently. As you may be aware, some time back, should have been the past 1 year or so, the PF and Edgar Lungu have been part of the UKA alliance. And people were arguing in that alliance to say, as long as they do not state who the likely president is going to be, presidential candidate is going to be from the onset, that is the effort in futility. Don't yield anything, because the reality is that that's the big elephant in the room. And it turned out that way, because every candidate in that, yes, they wanted Edgar Lungu's endorsement, but everyone was hoping that they would impress the other colleagues and they would be picked as a candidate. And Edgar Lungu, knowing that he's like the heavyweight in that, he decided, him and the PF, it started to step aside. But aside from that, he put up a message on his Facebook page. Former Minister of Education has died. So Edgar Lungu put up this just a couple of 2 hours ago. He says, fellow citizens, it is with great sorrow that I have learned the passing of former Minister of Local Government, Minister of Education, and former Zambia High Commissioner to Malawi, Dr. John Phiri. Dr. Phiri was not only a distinguished academician, a political leader, but also a renowned diplomat who served our country with distinction and diligence, loyalty, and commitment. So Dr. John Phiri has died, and that's a message of condolences coming from Edgar Chagwa Lungu. But Simon Moalen had chipped in to say Tonse Alliance will probably unveil Edgar Chagwa Lungu as their presidential candidate. But the truth is, it's an exercise in utter futility. Tonse will fail in the same way the UKA failed. Failure after failure, he signs it off. So this was prior to the announcement to say Edgar Lungu is the candidate for this alliance. So everyone could tell where it was going. So Simon Moyo was simply chipping in and saying that. And then obviously the breaking news came. Breaking news 6 with President Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu accepts endorsement by Tonse Alliance as a 2026 presidential candidate. Obviously, that was predictable. Because if you remember, the people that are behind the Tonse Alliance, mostly it's Sean Tembo and Dr. Danpule. And those are the people that were kicked out of the UKA alliance because of conflicts that they were having between Savoy Imboira and that other guy, Golden Party President Silavo or something. So those were people that were pushing this new alliance. And obviously, knowing Sean Tembo had made it clear to say the only candidate that is heavy enough to offer some sort of competition to President Hakainde Hichilema is Edgar Chagwa Lungu. So he says, why are we wasting time? We might as well endorse him. And they've done it. And obviously, those are the t-shirts that were printed, and you can see Phiri, the Patriotic Front, puts up this to say, United Kwacha Alliance, UKA, acting Secretary General Phiri welcomes the launch of Tonse Alliance. So this is the confusion that the PF is putting up to say, they are still, most of the members are still part of the UKA Alliance, but now they're even part of the Tonse Alliance. So it's beginning to look like it's a strategy to twist the UKA Alliance to endorse Edgar Chagwa Lungu. But Savoy Imboira responded to that later on. I'll show you that. And the UKA Alliance is likely to hold a press briefing in a couple of hours in response to this to chart their way forward and strategy. They might as well just go ahead and appoint a president at this point, because the PF have clearly drawn a line. If they do not pick Edgar Chagwa as their candidate in the Oka Alliance, definitely they are out. That's why they formed this alliance and they've picked themselves as candidate. I mean, as the candidate. Obviously, Simon responds to what was happening during the press brief for the launch of that alliance. He says, Tonse Alliance, all parties are basically one-man parties. So simply saying the candidates in that party are one-man parties. It's not different. This argument is always subjective. Because if you look at the UPAD alliance, it's something. The only heavyweight in that particular alliance is the current sitting president, Hakainde. Everyone else is just a one-man party candidate in there. You look at Mutati, what groundwork does he have? Who else is in the UPND alliance? Or even for the other people? Most of them have been appointed. So this argument to say they're one-man party state, the reality is that the heavyweights in this game, in reality, is President Hakainde and Edgar Chagwa. Everyone else that is joining these alliances are just going in for the clout and allegiance, but the reality is that the big people with the heavyweight is there, Hakainde and Edgar Chagwa. So that argument he puts up to say it's just one-man party, it doesn't hold water. It's the same situation with the UPND alliance. It goes further. That's to Simon Moore. He says, but Dan Pule has turned the Tonse Alliance ceremony into a church service. Forever Pente, we Pentecostals are not to be played with. Simply saying Dan Pule turned his speech into a sermon of some sort. And this is a video that Edgar Lungu later on put up to say a video of Zambia's 60th President Dr. Edgar Chagwa accepts the invitation by Tonse Alliance, a newly launched political alliance, to adopt him as 2026 presidential candidate. That was a speech. I'm sure you've already seen it on this channel. It was already posted a couple of hours ago. And Simon goes further to say, I can't listen to Badan Pule for more than 5 minutes. Amatri, yala kalimpa, my ears hurt listening to Dan Pule. So he was listening to the live stream, but arguing to say he couldn't listen to it more than 5 minutes. These are politics. Anyway, it's free to do his politics. So some of the, MMC Kangwa with members of the diplomatic corps at the launch of Tonse Alliance, unveiling of Edgar Chagwa as alliance candidate for 2026. So it seems like people from the diplomatic service or diplomats accredited to Zambia were a part of this. Those are the white people that you see there, and obviously some black people in the background there. I do not know if diplomats are allowed to be in active politics in other countries, but anyway, the West do not care. They push their own agendas. So I don't even know which countries these diplomats are accredited to. I mean, where they're from. And then there was this argument. Tonse already giving you pressure, commenting on Simon Moore's post. Relax and response. So that's what you said about Oka. That argument on this page. Then there is nothing new under the sun. So simply saying this is not different from the Oka Alliance. The difference, though, is that Tonse from inception, I've made it clear, Edgar Lungu is their candidate. Uka were trying to play games. They are hoping Edgar Lungu would simply endorse one of the candidates. And those candidates, again, they're not sure. It would have been easy for Edgar Lungu to endorse whether it's Harry Kalaba or something if the other small individuals had teamed up behind one candidate. But everyone was hoping that they were the ones who were going to be endorsed by Edgar Lungu. So Sharakateka was hoping she would be the one that would be endorsed. So there was no unity in those small parties. So Edgar Lungu turned out to be either me or nothing. So that an extract of the speech that he had given there, he posted it across several platforms. And obviously, Samuel Imbola responded, if you successfully manage to create an alliance with yourself, why not just call it NECA Alliance? Anyway, congrats. So obviously jabbing at the new Tonse Alliance. And then obviously PF platform there, Smart Ego says Sinsanje, Jerasi. So this is like a template that is being set for what the Uka Alliance press briefing is going to be all about later on today. Anyway, we wait and see what they say. That's Saboing Boy and the friends. And then obviously the PF platform, Smart Eagles, jabs at them, say, Koneka Uka without Edgar Chagwa is now Ukwa, and they laugh it out loud. So simply jamming to say, without Edgar Lungu, the clout that Uka was having is no longer holding any water because he was a big dog in that. All the ones that are left are simply puppies, in short. So that's a job coming from that. Simon goes the Tonse Chagwa Alliance, so simply utilizing that to say it's a failed project. And then Smarty goes say Edgar Lungu was the 6th president of Zambia, and now he's going to be the 8th president of Zambia. That's what that means there. They are labeled a poor slogan. And then these are some of the newspaper headlines. This is in a mass newspaper. Hakainde is desperate. He will be very lucky if his approval ratings go beyond 25%. That's Fed members saying President Hakainde approval rating right now in the doldrums, as reported by that newspaper there. Anyway, that's the news, ladies and gentlemen. I'll keep you posted as this is the developing story.